point. That's the whole idea. That's exactly what I've been talking about. Let's just go and not like plan anything, and
that's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, see, and that's weird. I've already changed. It's like the mask that I had on before I saw you changed when I saw you, and now it changed that I know we went live.
Yep. As the energy in the environment and the present moment changes, we change. We change as the moments change, depending on what's happening.
It's exactly what happened, and that's exactly, that's definitely a part of what I'm learning and what's going on in my life right now. As far as now, and we spoke briefly about it, but I don't know how much I really got into it. But I think, what did you call it? You said just living with your spirit.
Yeah. I just for a long time now. I was probably about 23 years of age. That would have been back in the late 90s when I started to connect to what's in here. I stopped listening to this. This was a great tool, but this told me what to do. And 20 years later, this still tells me what to do. I go with my feelings. I go with my intuition. My brain has some ideas, but this is what I trust. This is extra. This is what I go with. This is my primary way to operate in the world.
Really, just going with your heart.
Yep. Whether it's a job, anything. This is what I trust.
Oh, that's awesome. That's why when I said, let's go live now, you were like, well, let's do it. That's where this has been going. I got, now that never leaves you though. You've been with that your whole life?
Actually, up until late teens, I really connected with my logical brain ideas. I used a lot of logic and I used a lot of reason. I didn't really connect to my feelings or emotions. I struggled with trying to figure out what my own emotions were. But then one day, my friend started talking to what you might call, or I might call, spirits or beings on a Ouija board. And this being was talking to my friend in his own head. My friend was telling me what the spirit was telling him. Now, of course, he could be making it up. He was not. I know he was not. Because this spirit was telling me how I was thinking. Not what I was thinking, how I was thinking. The spirit was actually analyzing the way I process information. So personal, not facts, but the process in my brain. There's no way my friend knew that.
Doesn't that seem obtrusive? A
little bit, right? You have a non-physical being talking or telling me about myself. Yeah, it was a little intrusive. But that was the catalyst. For whatever reason, that was the catalyst that helped me open up to my intuitive, emotional self. And ever since then, it's been a roller coaster. It's been great. A roller coaster in a good way.
Yeah. Well, that's bizarre. That's one of the things I've wondered, and it's really not. And I already know that now, but I want to bring it up because people are going, and I'm having all kinds of camera problems here, so I'm lucky you get me up here. One of the things that I came out with asking, and I'll get into who later and everything, because that's a big thing coming up. But was, do you lose a part of yourself? Are you in control? And obviously, yes, you can do whatever you want, but keep saying no to spirit like we did for the last 2,000 years. Just that's fine.
So I'd like to kind of comment on. So, am I in control, right? So that's a great question, right? It's an interesting question. A lot of people in the world are going to automatically say, "Of course, I'm in control," right? Most people are going to say that. See, even though I have a very strong foundation, and I feel very adamant that I'm using my free will to my own preferences. I know I'm not 100% in control. I know there are influences, the negative influences that affect me. People call it AI, archons. There's all kinds of descriptions for these negative influences. And even on my best day, I still have a little bit of negative. And when I go to sleep at night and I dream, that's when those assholes can take a little bit more advantage and give me some. I don't get scared of my dreams usually. The dragon was chasing me the other night. I wasn't scared. It was mean. I wasn't scared of it. I jumped out of the moving vehicle that it was trying to get me. It found me somehow. I jumped out of the moving vehicle, didn't get hurt. I'm in my dream state. I was semi-lucid. I was not lucid where I knew it was a dream and I could just fly away. But I was aware it wasn't real. I wasn't scared. But they try to screw with me. They try to screw with all of us. But no. But I am mostly in control of my thoughts, feelings, and actions. But in this avatar body, I am a slightly susceptible to these negative forces. And people who are not aware of this could be very, very much influenced by these negative forces.
See, now I take a different look. Yo, Burgess, what's up? Thanks for popping in there. I think a little bit different, yeah, almost a lot now. But I used to totally resonate with exactly what you're saying. Maybe I didn't name them. To me, it was evil. It was there. But I really feel like people create their own negativity, their own evil. So even to give them, see, and I don't even want to say it like that. How about anytime those things that you named and labeled that
somebody called them ankle biters. I don't know if that's worse for you, but ankle biters.
Ankle biters.
Power, man. Archon says they have power. They want us. This form, these humans with these whatever this soul is, we're so much more powerful. They literally need us so they can feel good. They use our emotions as a drug or a food source, more like a drug, not a food source.
Okay, I get all that. You know, I've been through all that. I get that. Don't allow. I get all that. And I guess what I'm trying to say is and you're even going further. So I'm like, I can't even let me go back, because when people create their own negativity and there's evil involved.
Yeah.
Even anything that looks okay, well, I'm going to use this phrase real quick. Anything that's wrong is right. And I know you agree with that, because at some point that wrongness, that evil, that negativity was showing you something that was closer to truth.
Yeah.
I'm using.
There was a reason that popped up in your life.
I am using Kimberly Lynn Hansen's phrases, and that's who I'm going to be on with tomorrow night at 5:30 Mountain Time, and that's totally what I'm surrounding myself with the last 5-6 conversations I've had online, and that's exactly where this is going. And I can't keep a camera on, so I don't know what's going on here. I guess you're not supposed to look at me. I don't know what's going on. But that's I've come to a point, because of what I've been living and experiencing, at the real, and I don't like, well, I guess I love, there really is no evil.
No, I agree. There's no evil. And a lot of people who have strong religious beliefs are bothered. They're really bothered by that idea that there's actually no evil.
Yes, because they've been the dogma and the programming that, there's got to be a God, so there's got to be a devil. There's got to be good, so there's got to be bad.
Yep.
There was a time when we lived in that dualistic polarity. We don't live in that anymore. We have moved on to the new earth, or whatever you want to call it. We're already there.
We are.
In my opinion, we're already in heaven. We're just peeling away the veils.
Yeah, I agree. I like that description. I agree with that.
And it's like when the negativity comes into me, I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm saying there is no negativity, but to the point where everything is neutral.
Neutral, yeah.
That's why. Hey, Eileen, well, what's going on, Juan? No, of course, nothing can touch you unless you let it, but why even entertain that it's there? And that's what I was trying to get at to Shawn when he was saying the archons, you're naming the arch. Okay, I know they exist. Listen, guess what? I know the news exists. Okay, I know that exists. I don't pay no attention to that. It doesn't affect me. And you know, it's funny because in the past I would think, God, don't say that, because if you say that, then it'll affect you. You know, bullshit. It's bullcrap. It's not, and that's where I'm at now, where I'm like, well, there's no negative. If there's any negativity, I created it. Let's go through it and figure out what's going on, because on the other side, it's better.
Yeah. There's a lot of negativity when it comes to the pollution and toxins and all the crap that the powers that were putting into the atmosphere, water.
I love that. The powers that were. I love that.
That's
I totally lost my train of thought now.
that's an accurate way to describe what's going on right now. It's a power.
And that's only because we let them.
Yeah. That we've already won, but the physical reality, the dense physical reality, it takes longer for whatever really happened to get to the physical world. So we've already won. The powers that be became the powers that were. We just have to catch up to what really happened in the physical dense reality that these human avatars that we live in now, we get to see that last. The good stuff already happened. We have to wait a little bit, and it's coming soon. And we get to see all the good stuff.
And it's funny, you say it's coming, and I go, yeah, it is coming, but it's not coming.
It's already here.
It's already here.
You know it. That's truth. That's truth. It's already here. We just have to realize.
I'm starting to, the momentum. Who said it to me last? Keep that momentum. It might have been Guy Fawkes. Keep that moment. I'm not sure. That's what's happening to me now. I mean, and I got this trip I was talking to you about that you did not know about, I'm assuming. And I told you what's going on, and you're like, wow, that's it, man. Keep going.
Yep.
That's a momentum. And just the I guess what I really want to get to is that connection that you have, and you go with your heart. I went through a big thing with labeling it, learned that lesson.
Yeah, labeling things and putting words, like, yeah, it's limiting. When you label things, you are creating this artificial ceiling.
Yeah, well, and that's what it taught me. And it's funny because the best description I've had is just call it it. You know, and that's all part of what's been going on with me. And it's strange because I'm going to set something up for you that you don't know about, and I pray I can actually figure out how to screen share. You'd think I'd know. Friday morning, I woke up. I walked outside with a cup of coffee and a cigarette. Did I get into this at all with you? I did. We didn't talk about what I saw outside over the mountains?
Oh, yeah, the circle?
Okay, yeah, I did get into it. I'm going to show you a picture here. I'm going to try.
Yeah. That is interesting stuff, man.
I'm assuming everybody in chat has seen this stuff. I'll set it up while I'm trying to figure it out here. I woke up, cup of coffee, cigarette, walked out to the porch. I turn around, look at the mountains. I'm looking for open width. All right, there we are. And I was like, oh my God, I got to get my camera. So I run out, I get my camera, come back out. I start taking videos and pictures. All right, I think I got this. I think I figured this out. This is what I say.
Nice.
right? Now it's the first time you've seen it, right, Shawn?
Yeah, it's first time.
Now, when I looked at this, the first thing I was amazed. I didn't know what to think.
That is really big. Really big.
Oh yeah, I was told those mountains are at the base. I was told they're 7 miles away. I don't think so. I think it's more like 3 or 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4 sounds better because usually about 8 miles and then they drift. 8 miles is about as far as we can see when it comes with the horizon. Yeah, 3 or 4 miles. That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. So I take
5
these
or 6,000 feet peaks.
Okay. I check out these pictures. Cool. I send them to Dan. I send him the Scarab Performance. I said,
Yeah.
dude, check this out. We're talking about it on the phone, and he's looking at the video that I took of it, and he's going, dude, there's other stuff going on, man. You could just see it. And I'm like, it could be birds, could be this, whatever. I never thought to go look back at it. That night or that night, I call into his show and he puts it up on the screen and everybody's looking at it. Wow, cool. It was like, wow. I mean, to me, it was like, what kind of plane makes that? You know, you got okay, but then it's a circle, and I'm like, no, this is just so bizarre. The next day, I'm talking with Bernadette Gold on the phone, and this comes up. We bring it up. I go live on a show with her, put it up on the screen. So what's going on? Then Monday night, I go on Unbiased and on the Fence, and he has the video, and not all the video. That's the thing. I found so much more. It's ridiculous. He's got the video and the picture. He puts the picture up. Now, he saw the UFO.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's do this, right? Oh, this is a video. I guess I can run the video, but I should. All right, let's try something else, kids. Let's find. And see, that was a video. I thought it was a picture. I want to find the picture I gave him. Let's cut that down. Let me give you something. I don't know what picture the UFO's in. So that's not fair. I guess I could pop a. Let me try a video since a video works. Open with. All right. No, it was there and it's gone. And share. I'm going to go ahead and. See, now I don't know which one I got, and I don't know if it's going to, but this thing is blipping all over the sky. This is not a good video.
Hey, what's going on? How's everything going? Yeah, enjoying your Mandela Effect reality you got going?
Sorry about that.
What was that? Hey, at least it's entertaining, not watching me trying to figure out what the hell's going on over here.
I'm trying to pull up an old video. I have a UFO in one of my videos that was flying past like the back of my head, and it out of 1,000 videos, I don't know, about 900 videos I put out now, one video has a UFO. So I was pulling it up.
Oh,
so
pull it up and show it.
So I'm going to have to be a little bit crude, and I'm going to have my camera showing my laptop screen of the UFO. I have to find that exact moment. But yeah, so that's what I'm about to show you, because based on what you're talking about, yeah, it's relevant for sure. Okay. Somebody pointed it out to me.
That album, cassette.
Somebody pointed that out to me I was like, yeah, you know, there's a UFO in one of your videos. Like, what? And then I was like, oh, damn. Yeah, it kind of does look like a UFO.
Let me know when you get it up, because I'm going to find this one. Because Shane found this. I had no clue. I gave him the video, and he says, "Hey, what's this?"
How is Shane? Like I've talked to Shane on the phone once. How is Shane? He seems like he's such an awesome guy.
Oh, Shane's beautiful. What a beautiful person. Oh my God, I love Shane. Um, and he's so unbiased and on the fence. I got to tell you.
Yeah, seriously. That's great.
It was great meeting him in person up in Ketchum. I wonder what everybody's looking at on the screen, because I'm just sitting here popping through pictures trying to find this one picture that Shane found. I only have one picture with one of these objects in it.
Yeah, I only have one little segment of a UFO, and I can't find it myself. So I don't know.
I just found the picture, but it's really weird. I've zoomed in on it and still can't find it. I know what picture it is. So there it is. All right, beautiful. All right, here we go. Now, if you look at the circle, yeah, I'm not. All right. When I was on Bernadette, Bernadette, even before Bernadette, I was talking with Kimberly and Cynthia Sue Larson. Sent me a message about it because I sent this to her, and it was just about the circle. And then they're like, "Oh wow, how beautiful!" I'm like, "Oh, it's gorgeous," and and I'm like, "What a wonderful take!" Because that was not my first instinct. You know, I don't even know what my first instinct was, because I was just like, "Wow, never seen anything like that before." You know, and it's so funny. I got to tell you, the last 2 days when I've been showing this to people in the bar, I got people constantly going, "Oh yeah, it's called a such and such cloud, and it's inverted. Happens all the time. We see these all the time." They're trying to convince me that these circles are in the sky all the time. It's like I know of two specific people not to speak to anymore.
Right?
They're convinced it's a certain kind of cloud, happens all the time. This one's inverted, doesn't happen as much, but we see them quite often. No, I don't think so. I'll bet there's not anybody in chat or anybody that ever watches this video ever seen the circle like this. If they did, man, it's the second or third one. But I was talking, well, I don't know, where did I say it? I guess the first time it hit me, because the idea of it being positive, I said, well, I see the word love. And just as I said that, Shane says to me, "Oh, tell me there's a way to zoom in on it." Oh, it's a video. This ain't a video. This is a picture. Hey, yeah. All right, if you look directly above, I don't know, can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
All right, well, there's a UFO right here. And I was quite sure this was a picture that I'd be able to blow up. But apparently not. What is this? What? I don't even know. I got something going on, people. I don't even know. These are the pictures. I don't know what this is. Oh, now that was a bird, but that was a UFO. All right, I'm taking this. Watch this. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, be patient, because this is what I'm going to. I have somebody, look, I sent them all the video. They're going to dissect the crap out of everything. And I did this the other night on a video, not this one. So this is a first for everybody here. Be patient. Ah, there it is. Stop. Don't go. Oh, I found it. There it is right there. Oh, wow. Pause. All right. It's right here. And I'm going to go one frame over. It didn't move. Oh, it's staying right there. I don't know, whatever. There it is. I know you see that, right?
Yeah.
I wish I could zoom in on these.
Hit Control plus. Control plus.
Control plus.
Yeah.
What's that going to do?
It's gonna make it. It's gonna zoom it in.
Oh, stop. Really? Let me go back.
Yeah. Control plus, Control minus to get bigger and smaller.
Control.
Yeah. Hold the Control and hit plus button a couple times.
I am. Nothing's happening.
All right. So yeah. So it must be the specific feed that's not compatible.
That's right here. Let's move it ahead a little. Okay, because I'm gonna back this up because it shows up. Yeah, see, this isn't really working. I gotta pause it. Oh my God. There's so much going on in this video that I'm seeing right now. Okay, there it is. I hit the pause. I'm gonna hit play and pause real quick. And something was here. I think that was a bird that went by. This is not what it does when I'm using it. The program that I use. All right, here it is again. And this is, we're only 2 seconds into the video.
Right.
I'm 2 seconds into this 10-second video. And the thing is, you got to case the whole screen because it's amazing how much I've missed.
Do you think that circle is the outline of a ship, a spacecraft?
I think it's a circle cloud. I think it's a circle cloud. We see them all the time. What are you talking about?
There's a guy named JSX. He's pretty much done his he's left his impression on the world.
All right, right here, you guys looking? It's right here, and this is a clear picture, man. I want to see this one. This is 6 seconds into the video, and I want to zoom into that so bad.
Yeah, right. You can see it.
You can see it. All right, I clicked. I'm still 6 seconds, and I'm actually moving. Oh, there it is, right here. It's right in the middle of the circle now. This is 7 seconds in. So that was from here to here in 1 second. But I can't say that because I have pictures where there's 2 of them in it. So, you know, it might not be the same one. There's that one again. So that might not be, because that's now we're 8 seconds in. And I'm thinking maybe all this one did it go like this, and that? I went a little too far. There's one right here. This is also 6 seconds in, so I don't know how that happened. I saw something over here real quick, but I'm not going to go back. I mean, this is what I mean. I went through this whole video. All I'm doing is videotaping the circle. And if you notice, look, I'm not, this is not paranoia by any means. I don't have that. They're all facing the camera. I mean,
you're just trying to say it like it is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, because to me, the night before I did a video on how the Mandela effect is neither positive or negative, it's neutral. And the one before that was, oh, it's not evil. Well, even then I was labeling it. So I backed up to a, more like, it's not anything. It's what it is. And I was going to saying, look, it's God tapping you on the shoulder saying, look, something's up, pay attention. I felt it was gentle. I didn't think it was negative. I don't think it was trying to scare us. I think if it can do what it's doing and it wanted to scare us, I think it could.
Yeah, it could. Gentle, I like that word. When it comes to the Mandela effect, gentle is I haven't talked about this on any of my videos, but gentle is a very, very accurate way to describe almost all Mandela effects. It's gentle. Whatever is behind this Mandela effect phenomenon where these changes happen to some people, it's gentle. You're not going to wake up and have a different family. You're not going to wake up and your house is a different color. It's gentle. Whatever is behind the Mandela effect, and it's a very simplistic description to say something is behind it, but whatever creates Mandela effects, it's gentle. There's a reason why these things are not freaking people out to the point where they're losing their shit. People get freaked out, but they don't lose their minds. It's not gonna, whatever is behind the Mandela effect, these changes are not going to be so significant you can't handle it. They may be big or small, but whoever it happens to, you can handle it. There is a gentleness to these changes.
A lot of people, they're like, how come this is happening to me? My answer is because you can take it. You can handle it.
Yeah, you can handle it. If you couldn't, it wouldn't happen to you. Because there's something behind the scenes that's not going to put you behind the proverbial 8-ball and make your brain pop. We want to stretch the brain, not explode it.
Oh, for sure. And that's what's happening with me, man. I'm stretching it here. I'm stretching it. To me, you know, it was the information on flat Earth in 2015 that changed my perception. It wasn't necessarily the Mandela effect. I was getting hit with both of them at the same time. The Mandela effect, I wasn't affected. I was looking at these people going, wow, that's really cool. I mean, you know, I'm looking for a conspiracy. That's probably it. But this thing over here keeps flipping that the Earth is flat. And so that changed my perception, because that made me realize it ain't flat, it ain't a ball, and it doesn't matter. It's about your perception.
Yep.
It's about your perception, man. So that was, for me, that was the first step, perception. And then it was showing me my perception through the Mandela effect. I can change my perception. If I could put it that, I can change my perception. I can change. That's exactly what it is. I didn't want to say that. It made me say it. Okay. I can change my perception. I can change my ego. I can use these things as tools. So that was actually seeing that my perception, I almost said be manipulated. I don't know that I want to say that, but seeing it actually shift, seeing the shifts, understanding, and even saying it's a shift, I think might be digging too far, because we don't know that that's what it is.
We got to be careful though with words. So when we use words with definitions, human language, human concepts are limiting by nature. So when we start to define things, it puts these artificial ceilings on these concepts, and it's really hard because we're human beings, and language is one of the best ways we have now. Now, most of our history as being human beings, we could have telepathy. A lot of people think that's bullshit. Telepathy is the normal way to talk to humans, but we're in this temporary, short-term, artificial bullshit reality where we have to talk with language out loud, and it's bullshit because most of human history, we talk with our minds. So this like slow motion speaking out loud, it slows. It's good. We're free spirits. It's okay, but it's way, way shittier than talking with your mind. That's what's normal. Talking with our mind. Even if you're school teachers and your parents tell you that's not real, well, that's bullshit. We do talk with our minds all the time, but this temporary existence in this timeline, yeah, we talk with our words, and that's everything that's always been. No, it hasn't. Talking out loud is a short-term, recent development. Telepathy is what is normal for us. I'm telling you, that's what my heart tells me. I don't remember it in my brain, but that's what this says.
That's awesome. That's what you got to go with. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning to go with this. That's what you call it. That's what you label it. I mean, it is a label. But to me, we're physical, and like you said, we need the words now. Well, we need the labels now. Do we? Maybe not for some things, because some things are outside of labels. I love the way I worded it in a video, and it wasn't me.
Well,
physical reality is.
Suso, I love that you're very much on board with getting rid of the labels. That's a really good way to think about
know,
it.
It wasn't an easy thing for me. It
Labels
was
are
an embarrassing thing. Yeah, you limit it. As soon as you label it, it's limited. And it's not. And that's why there's to me, there's no good and evil. It's when you get outside of physical reality, those terms do not exist. They're not there. You know, so people were like, well, when the stars came at you, did you think they were good or evil? Guess what? I don't care if they're inside the dome or not. I don't think there was any negative or positive there. I think it was just a neutral kind of thing. If there was negative and positive, they were all involved. I don't think it was just one or the other.
Speaking of the dome, so like what do you think about this like possibility that like we're in this like controlled system, this dome, this flat earth, and there's like
that's good.
Yeah, like
that's good, because I think that also tends to be close to the simulation theory. And I'm not buying the simulation theory. It's there, okay, whatever. I think there's parts of it that are involved in this realm that we're in. But I don't necessarily feel like it matters, because even outside this realm, you know what's there? That they're the layers that we're peeling off. Okay. Yeah. I said we're in physical reality right now. We're in heaven. We're already in heaven.
Agreed.
Okay. First person that ever said that to me was Daniel Brinkley in 2006. We never left God, but they were terms. I don't even like using the term God.
Yep.
I don't want to use terms, and that's what it was like. That's what it is to me. It's we're in heaven and we're peeling off the layers. That's why we're seeing what we're seeing now. I figure you could probably live checking out Mandela Effects for as long as you like, if that's how long it's going to take. I don't know if there's a time limit thing here going on, because for me right now, there really is no time. That's constructed. And if I can consciously understand that time is constructed, then I should be able to understand a physical reality is constructed. I want to take it further. I don't really think it was constructed by an outside being. I think we're already in, okay, and if it was the, see now.
Well, there's no outside though.
Right. We're already in it. Right. So it doesn't matter. Right. So I can get rid of that. I mean, we're just peeling off. So we peel off a layer, and all of a sudden we notice stuff's changing, because that's closer to truth. Physical reality is, I don't want to say not real, but it's not real to nonlinear beings. And we are nonlinear beings living in a nonlinear construction.
So like, I just want to like create a segue. So linear. So let's use human labels and descriptions, linear versus quantum. All right. Let's just say linear versus quantum, right? So in linear terms, human speech is very linear. So let's say 50 people in a small room are all talking at the same time, and you are the 51st person trying to hear those 50 people talking about stuff. They are all talking in human language. It's linear. And good luck to you. Good luck to you trying to hear those 50 people speaking at the same time. It's going to be a giant shit show. But yet, you could go to an orchestra, a symphony, a musical, brilliant performance where 50 people are playing 50 instruments to create this beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful song. And this beautiful song sounds so nice, and the average human being can hear all 50 instruments because it's quantum in this label, not linear. You try to hear 50 people talking to you at once, your brain explodes in a negative way. But yet you hear 50 people playing instruments to create this beautiful music, and you can hear it, and it's good. Linear versus quantum.
Yes, and you're saying linear versus quantum. Wouldn't quantum be also labeled as nonlinear?
Yes.
Is now as far as definition goes, and I don't know which one is on top of the other one, or are they the same?
Oh, well, they're equal because it's just two different perspectives. But when you talk about 50 people having a conversation at the same time in the same room, and you hear a bunch of chatter, a whole crap ton of chatter, it's now if you could hear one person instead out of the 50, yeah, you can, or maybe even two or three people at one time, you can make sense of it. But once 50 people talk all at once, it's a big mess. But yet 50 musical instruments together in one song, you can hear all of it, and it sounds beautiful. So it has something to do with the human being's ability to take in information and comprehend reality.
For sure. And that's exactly what's happening. And it's just information, things that I'm learning now. Yeah, I don't know how far I want to go on that because these are topics that I'm learning now. The nonlinear and quantum and linear, and yeah, I'm really starting to understand. Yeah, I thank you. I've been learning through Kimberly Lynn Hansen on her Facebook channel and terms and things that are coming through right now that I'm just like, oh, is it okay for me to talk about this stuff? And yes, the answer is yes, and do it. Send everything out there, whatever you're getting, right, wrong, or indifferent. It's never wrong. Everything's right. And I'm going to be using terms that Kimberly uses, and you'll hear them tomorrow on the show. What's right, what's wrong is right. Okay. See, yeah. Now I went off on that, and I'm like, where do I go? To me, I'm learning how to live a nonlinear life, and it's so easy. Because every time there's a roadblock, every time there's a brick wall, every time you don't have to deal with that. You go with your heart and do it that once. And that's what I want to say. We've been saying no for 2,000 years. Your spirit talks to you and you're like, no, I want to do it my way. No, I'm going to do it my way. You're not saying that outright directly to it. You just think that it's you and you're going to do it your way. And if you just let go and listen and do what it's asking. It's not telling you to do nothing. Live in the spirit. And you say you've been living like that and you lost that. You lost it for a short time and it came back. For me, I had it as a child and I remember that. I remember it specifically, distinctively, like it was yesterday. And the feeling that I had with that connection is the same feeling that I'm feeling now. And I just find that amazing that, wow, I look back on my life and I'm like, it was the same feeling I had the whole time. I wasn't giving it enough attention. I mean, is that all it was? Because I really felt like maybe 2012, only because of dates and symbols and numbers and labels and everything else, that the connection was thin. And now 2012, it's starting to spread open and it's getting wider and we're having an easier connection. And I'd say the only thing I really want to tell people is, look, get that connection. I don't care what you call it. Get that connection, find it, commune with it, talk to it, ask it questions, ask the Mandela Effect questions. It's a living thing. Everything is a living thing. Ask it questions. What are you trying to tell me? And then listen, and you got to look. And if the connection is not clear, you got to clear it up. Ask it, how do I clear up the connection? Ask it. It's right there.
Yep.
That's
you just have to ask, right? If there's answers available, you just have to ask. You have to have that desire, that intention. You just have to express that intention. You can say it in your mind or out loud. You can get so much help.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's what I've been doing. I've been, asking, how do I live nonlinear? Because I've been programmed to understand that I am living in a linear construct. The construct thing never came up before until now. Whatever. That to me, that's too deep and too far. Because to me, I was going with that construct is just layers that we're going to peel off eventually. And we have to peel it off that way. We ain't going to get it through blowing through nukes through it. It's going to be a consciousness thing. And the consciousness, one of the biggest lessons I've learned in the last month is that we don't have consciousness. We are consciousness.
Yep.
And if we are consciousness, are we the same consciousness?
We are the same consciousness. We're all connected, and quite literally.
Oh, for sure. And that's great, because that spans off the questions I want to ask tomorrow night. I mean, I'm because I already kind of know these answers. I'm like,
we already know everything that it is to know, but because of these human forms we're in, we forget so much. But then we get to remember. You get to learn new things, but you're just remembering what you already knew. You're just
I see a lot of that. I see a lot of that happening now. I see a lot of that going on. And I see Kim being a great teacher to a lot of people because of the way she lives her life. If just by example, if you just look at the way she lives, and I'm like, I want that. I want that. It's not, I want to say, okay, I'm going to go old world, new world here. I think we're in the new world and we're still peeling away. We chose, hey, you get Dolores Cannon in the 90s is always saying, you're going to get to choose between this earth and that earth. Okay. We chose. Okay. The choice has been made. I'm not concerned with NPCs. Who's closer to my timeline? It doesn't matter. Okay. We're here and we need to focus on yourself here. I love these communities. But I'm jumping. I'm changing. I'm shifting. I'm doing what I want, but by listening.
Yeah.
I feel like I went off on some other topic. It's a good time for me to go, hey, Paul Johnstone, thanks for joining. Kevin T, Rain on the Plains. Who else is in here? Lost in Space. Tristan D, our universal consciousness. One Eileen said hello. Queen, the Queen is in the house. Queen of Swords. What's going on? Burgess, of course. Thanks for coming in here, guys. We are discussing, we don't know, because we just jumped on here randomly saying, let's just do this. And that's how I've been living my life. And I can't imagine I'm going to be planning many live streams. I'm just going to probably just jump on and do them.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it, right? There's no like pre agenda or ideas ahead of time. We're just figuring things out as we go.
Never works out the way you want anyway. And that's what's happening to me now with the whole thing. And you know what? I'm going to set it up because when I have the talk tomorrow with Kimberly Lynn Hansen at 5:30 Mountain Time, um, I've already set it up on Scarab Performance Channel, Bernadette Gold's channel, Unbiased and on the Fence, and now here with Shane and his crowd. I'm sure some of your people will come and find this, hopefully. This is to me, I'm going to line it up to where I've been, because I went to the Ketchum, Idaho conference, and I came out a new person. Oh, wrong screen. I came out a new person. I went in one person, came out another. Spent some time understanding what was going on. The energy was amazing. The conference was amazing. The talks from Lauren Cannell Pavel and Chris Anatra and Shane and Cynthia Sue Larson and Kimberly Lynn Hansen. And Dark Wolf then did a great job with that. It was a great conference. Talking with each of them and going through everything what they're going through, and learning what they were speaking about. And I learned more after the conference was over, hanging out with Kim, just watching her live her life the way she lives her life. And I end up taking a piece of art all the way to Colorado. I mean, there's so many little miracles that made that happen, you know. And if you've been watching my channel, I'm going to rip through this because this is what's been going on. So I got this piece of art, take it to Colorado. I'm in the zone the whole time. Whatever comes in, I'm going to accept and I'm going to do. And all it's telling me is to relax, hit the hot spring, smoke a joint, whatever you want to do. Just whatever gives you joy. And then it came in. The call came in from Kim and says, you know, I have an interview and out on the East Coast, New York or Connecticut. I think it's I don't know. She's got, and hey, I see the artwork behind me. Come on, bring it out here. You know, brick wall after brick wall after brick wall. And I'm just like sitting there going, how's this going to happen? Because at the time I really wanted to stay in contact, and I was. The communication really wasn't that strong, but it was coming in stronger the more I listened to her going, hey, what have I been teaching you? What have I been showing you? What have we been talking about? And I'm bringing it in, and I'm like, okay, just let it go. By the end of the conversation, I said, look, I'll see you in New York. It didn't matter. I'll see you there. All the issues that were hitting me took care of themselves. I used her exercises, and they completely worked. I don't even like calling them exercises. Everything's taken care of itself. Everything's not only just taking care of itself, it's better. This is going to be an amazing trip. I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm not going to plan it, but I'm probably going to film here and there and see what happens. And, you know, if something comes up, I'll talk about it and put out videos about the trip, because this is me learning how to live a nonlinear life. And I say learning. I already know, like you said, I already know. I'm just remembering. And that's what I'm doing. I'm basically, everything worked out. So I'm basically just getting in this car with this piece of art, and I'm just going to travel across the country. So if anybody is anywhere between Colorado and Connecticut, I'd say, look, if maybe you got a couch for me to stay on. You know, I'm almost half kidding, but I'll bet there's somebody be like, yeah, stop at my place. I'll do an interview with you all night, and we'll hang out, and that'd be neat. I don't know.
That's awesome, Suso. So I gotta get going, my friend.
Oh, okay. Wow. That was quick.
Yeah.
That was a quickie, but that's okay. We did almost an hour. I appreciate you jumping on, Shawn. This was great. We did touch on a lot of great things.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to connect, you know, heart to heart for sure.
And that's the point, the heart. Let's go with the heart. And I mean, I don't like saying it, but that's your label. That works for me. I mean, all right, we'll call it a night. What do you got?
Just to let you know, my plans for some future videos on my channel is to interview random strangers out in public and ask them if they remember how many people were in the car when JFK got shot in the head, and other very specific Mandela effects. I want to see what the random person has to say. And then once upon a time, I was a little bit fearful of doing that because, well, quite frankly, I didn't know what people were going to think about it. But at this point in the game, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable doing that. So I'm going to ask random people what they remember about JFK. And I bet you almost every single person I ask is going to say 3 or 4, almost everyone. Yeah. And then I'm going to ask some other things. So I'm going to do some live interviews with strangers, asking them random Mandela effect things, just to see what they're going to say. And I'm pretty sure they're going to remember what a lot of us remember.
I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome. I do that at the bar, right?
Yeah.
But they're coming to me. That makes it easy. You know, they're already there. I did it today a few times. When I upset them, I give them my book. I say, here, you know, usually I charge people, here, you can have this. I try and calm them down. But some people are really into it.
Nice.
That's probably something I'll have to do along the trip. Be looking forward to that. Well, check that out on Shane's channel. I'm going to go ahead and find his channel and plug it in here before we go. Shawn Indigo. Yeah. Let's just type that shit in. Shawn, thanks a lot for coming on the show.
You got it, Suso. I love you, man.
Love you too, bro. And I'm sure we'll do this again. I'm glad
Absolutely.
we're doing it now. There's Shawn's link to his channel. Check him out. That'll be fun if he's doing interviews with other people just randomly. Look, if anything, I think it's great. I know we all go through a time where we're not sure if we should be opening up people's minds or not. Go ahead and do it, because even if you don't affect them, you gave it a shot, and when you do affect somebody, that helps you. You know, and in the end, it's about you, how you interact with people. You know, no matter what it is, eventually you're going to have to come across your own connection, make that strong, make that connection stronger, make it happen. Shawn, thanks a lot.
All right, Suso.
Say goodbye, everybody. Okay, what do you got to say, man? Say it.
I just try not to freak out about what's going on. Do not pay attention to what the news is telling you. Do not pay attention to that crap. They're trying to scare you. Ignore it. The world is way better than what the TV is telling you. It's television. Tell lies through your vision. It's bullshit. Ignore the TV. Ignore the news. Go out in the world. Talk to people. Look them in the eye and realize everybody is doing better than what the news is suggesting.
That's amazing. I'm like, you're saying news. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, you're right. Don't even bother watching the news, please. Scarab Performance in the house. Raleigh in the house. Let me shout these guys. Will Wall. Who's that guy? Will Wall. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. They came in. Scarab. Hey, what's going on, brother? I have to give you a call later.
Hey, what's up, Scarab? And hope you're doing a good job. I know you help people, and just keep up the good work, man.
Awesome. So, once again, I guess we'll close it out now. You got to take off.
Yeah, I gotta go now.
100 more topics.
We'll resume our conversation in the near future for sure.
Yes, we will. All right, man. Talk to you later, Shawn.
All right, thanks, Suso. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for hanging out.
All right, peace out.